Hi, everyone, and welcome to No One's Home. I hope you're having a wonderful day, evening, night, wherever you are. If you're watching the visualizer on YouTube, what's up? We're in my room today. And if you're just listening, we're also in my room today. I'm usually in the closet, but I actually have to put up laundry. Funny story about that is that I was walking from the laundry room that's like on our apartment. We still have to pay for it, which sucks, but I was walking to the laundry room and I was like, okay, the clouds look, I was like, fuck, I was like, it's about to rain. I was like, gosh darn it, I don't want to have to run through the rain. And immediately, as soon as I like folded all of my stuff, I picked out what was still a little bit wet because we have like old washer and dryers. They're not new. They're like okay, let me complain about this for just a second. The washers that they like have in there's only 6 of them, and there's 8 dryers, right? So the 6 washing machines that we do have don't even go like all the way to like the bottom. It's like a very like shallow, it's a very like shallow washing barrel. I'm gonna say like you can only do maybe like, okay, so like a typical load for us is like hella clothes. It's like, I'm gonna say maybe like 3 pounds of laundry typical. Yeah, I think 3 pounds like fits in the barrel, like, but we like shove it all in there. Like I'm hitting my like ankle for emphasis because I want to get the most out of my money. It's 125 to wash, and then it's 50 cents for 40 minutes to dry. And sometimes all of your shit doesn't dry because they gave us these old ash washers and dryers. I don't understand. Like, you're making so much money from this apartment complex. I don't understand why. And it's not even just one apartment complex. JTI, like JTI Properties, the one that like owns all like the small apartments in this areas that aren't a part of the old people's home, they own multiple properties. So why can't we get better washers and dryers? Make it make sense. Hopefully I don't get kicked out of my apartment for this, but I think I raise a good point when I say we deserve better washers and dryers. Despite that, if you've read today's title, I hope you're ready for me to talk about indie music for a little bit. So Young Heezy is kind of a indie bedroom pop artist, kind of lo-fi, kind of just under, not, I'm gonna say a little bit underground because not everybody knows him, but if you've seen that like artwork of that like little like devil dude and like demon girl, and he's like lighting her cigarette or whatever, and the song is called You're My Girl, something like that. Yeah, that was floating around YouTube on like the indie channels like David Dean Burkhart, Alona Kemris, and then there's another one too, but I think they actually like changed their name to something else because like I don't know if there's like allegations or what, but one of the like 3 popular or like 5 popular indie channels that does a lot of bedroom underground tracks, that yeah, that's him. And so if you're watching the visualizer, I will put up the screenshots, and apparently he watches my Instagram stories, and that was just like mind blowing. And then he even like, I didn't want to add him, but I was like, hey, what's up, I love you, Young Easy. And he watched it too, and I was like, good, I'm glad he knows. I don't have any money to like buy his new merch or like the new single that he just dropped. I think it's called I Your Boy or something like that. Give it a listen down below. I'll put links if you're on Anchor, if you're on Spotify. I don't know if you can click links, but I'll put it like on my Twitter or whatever. Also follow me at all my social medias, Twitter, Instagram. I don't have Snapchat, but I have a blog. They're all Isnosomnia, ISNOSOMNIA. Please give me a follow. I was gonna say I so desperately want to be an influencer, but I don't really want to be an influencer. If I'm being honest, if I can be honest for a second. Oh yeah, something also, because oh yeah, so that's my Young Heezy story. I also kind of I was gonna talk about Kimetsu no Yaiba, aka Demon Slayer, but I was like, I'm not an anime themed podcast. At least I'm trying. I swear to like whatever DDs and the universe, whatever. I'm not trying to be an anime podcast. It's just something that I like to talk about a lot. I'm very opinionated on certain things, and I can also like talk forever, which I think is why it's good for me to kind of have a podcast, because I don't really talk to a lot of people besides my boyfriend and my cat. And I text a lot to like my cousins and my aunt, but I don't really like talk on the phone with anybody a lot, and I feel like this is a good outlet for that. Welcome to therapy sessions with Cecilia. Get all our feelings out. So anyway, as I was gonna say, so there's a couple influencers, and I'm not gonna say their names because I already talk a bunch of shit like on Twitter about them. So if you want to just like Google their name, not Google their names, but like just scroll through my Twitter with like any like a big popular influencer. I don't understand. Like, I recently watched Anthony Padilla, A Day with Viral Meme Stars, or something like that. I don't know what the hell he's doing with this channel either. I don't know. Somebody save Anthony Padilla. I feel like, okay, no, you know what? I'm not gonna speak on other people's sexuality, but if you have seen And no, Anthony Padilla from Smosh. Yeah, Smosh. That's what it is. You know that he's probably a certain sexuality, although he's in a straight relationship. So I'm not gonna be rude about that because everybody's sexuality is different. People come out at different times, all that good stuff. Not to say that he has to come out. I don't know. Anyway, besides that, before I get in more hot water and like Stan's like murder me or whatever, in that video, the viral meme stars, whatever, he interviews the hit or miss. I think her TikTok or her Instagram is Nyan Nyan Cosplay. Oh fuck, what's his name? The guy that did Chocolate Rain. Him. He's like one of the OG like sensation like. Oh my god, let me get it together. Get it together. He's one of the like first people who went viral on YouTube specifically. Chocolate Rain guy, and then he interviewed Brittany Broski. That's not her actual last name. That's not her government name. But Brittany, the kombucha girl. So I actually do have a bone to pick with her because I like some of her content, but me and my boyfriend have discussed that we don't really think she's funny. If you've watched any of her videos with Sarah Shar, aka one of the huge former Vine stars who talked a lot about being in college and being a waitress, Sarah kind of carries it a little bit. Not to be rude, I like both of their contents, but here's what I say, and I say this every time I do sorry, I might be like really close to the microphone, my bad. I say this every time there's like people who blow up really fastly, or just like people who make content on the internet. If you make content on the internet, regardless of who you are, whether you're old or you're young, unfortunately it does suck because like people will be bullied to death and things like that. So the internet is kind of a double-edged sword. I'll say that. But if you make content on the internet, you post on any social media platforms or like anywhere on the internet, any like as obscure as a site as you think it is, you are up to critique. So you saying, oh, I don't like the term influencer, it's like, that's what you are, right? You have an audience, right? You can say, oh, look, I'm a content creator. Content creators are still technically influencers, and they're like, I don't know if they cannot like get this in this like their tiny peanut brain. Not to be rude, here's the thing, I say a lot of things with like malice, or it sounds like I'm saying it with malice, but I don't mean it. I am just using metaphors to provide an emphasis of what I'm trying to say. As I was saying, I just don't understand how they don't like get it in their thick skulls that like if you have an audience, you have an influence over your audience. So there's a lot, like, I'm not even a micro influencer. I'm not even like anything. I'm not even on anybody's radar right now, but I'm still like trying to provide resources and like retweet links and GoFundMes and stuff for people that have been affected by coronavirus and COVID-19. I mean, those are the same things, but COVID-19 is the proper term because coronavirus, Wuhan virus or whatever, they're not like the proper scientific terms. I don't know the logistics of that. Anyway, they have an influence over their audience, point blank, period. So you trying to deny that is basically kind of spitting in your friend's face. I feel like they brought you to viral sensationality, so there's no reason for you to deny what you are, because that is what you are at the end of the day. So the quicker you embrace it, the easier it is for you to not be a dirtbag to your audience. And I know it sounds like I'm kind of like attacking them, but I swear I'm not. This is just my bone that I pick a lot with influencers. Like, oh, I don't like term influencers. It's like, use your brain for the love of God and the love of everything that is holy and beautiful and good. I don't know. That's what I think, because a lot of people who like YouTubers that I watch or whatever, they're very thankful, they're very grateful, because you wouldn't be anywhere without your audience or without your fans and all that stuff. But that's my 2 cents on the topic. I hope that I didn't, like offend anybody or cross the line or anything like that. But I feel like these things are pretty fair game to talk about, much like any other topic. So excuse me. I don't want to burp on the audio. It's kind of gross. But anyway, that's all that I have for as far as like talking about random stuff or whatever. But yeah, I just think that influencers should embrace their role and do good with it. I mean, one person that I can say that has been doing it is Chris Clements. He's all of his content for April, because it's 420 or whatever, for the entire month. Every video that he has a different charity or cause to donate to. So I think that's pretty cool. I just wish more people would do good with their audience and not try to like manipulate them in some sort of way, like pushing merch or or like their Patreon. I mean, not to say that Patreon's a bad thing, but it's like if you're not putting in the work, why should your audience spend money on you? I don't think that they should have to spend money on you to get more exclusive content. But that's just how I feel. There's nothing wrong with like Patreons or OnlyFans or anything like that. But that's all that I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Hopefully I didn't ruffle too many feathers, and hopefully, this wasn't too a little bit out of the norm for me. I mean, if you do know me in real life, I have a lot of opinions on a lot of things. But yeah, if you want to follow me on social media, you can. I will leave everything in the Anchor bio, so you can also see that on Spotify. And this will also be uploaded on SoundCloud and have all the links and stuff. But yeah, thank you guys for listening, and I will see you in the next one.